Toki gets signed by the Dodgers, and what do you think about it?
I mean, I just don't. I don't understand how they can just sign literally everyone. Like I don't get it. Like I know
Nobody.
baseball's uncapped, but like the luxury tax thing, like they must be spending $1 billion right now
Well,
between salary and the luxury tax.
and this is why I say that, we make the joke that Hal Steinbrenner is a mom and pop shop now, but it's true. It's the Steinbrenners make their money directly off of baseball. The Dodgers they have firms that are involved and that can pump in massive amounts of wealth and capital into a team. So somebody like the Dodgers, this happened, man.
But listen, look, I'm in tech. I understand VC a little bit, but like these people need a return. So like, are they generating that much money where it's like, if we spend this $1 billion, we're going to get back $1.5 billion. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the economics look like for Major League Baseball, but these private equity companies aren't there to just throw money away like some of these old owners were, who were like, fine, I'll lose money every year. Like, as long as my team's good, I don't care.
I think that's just part of a portfolio. Like, I don't, obviously, dude, I don't think
I
on the
mean, I guess
level.
the values keep going up, so
No, I don't
you
think on
have
the
that.
levels of those guys. I don't. Yeah, I think that they see it as that, man. I think it's like a
Yeah.
dude. It's like a dude who throws down 300 on a bet to win 100. It's like, yeah, you're throwing $300 down. Yeah, but I'm gonna win that 100, man. But it's like, yo, you're a billionaire. No, no, I want that 100. You know, I want that 100, and then also a global brand with the Dodgers. You're starting to see the tide change, man. Especially
Totally.
with the influx of Japanese players on the Dodgers, and the Yankees used to be that team. And this is why I can't get on the Dodgers, man. If I start complaining about the Dodgers and what they're doing, every single move that the 90s and 2000 Yankees made, I mean, come on, dude. Mark Teixeira, Alex Rodriguez, Jason Giambi. The names go on and on. Hideki Matsui, Hideki Arabu. Kaz Matsui was the only guy that got wrestled away from the Yankees. The Yankees were this close to getting Ichiro. And the only reason Ichiro went to Seattle was because it's so close to his house. It's another reason the Dodgers are getting these Japanese dudes. Instead of 12 hours, it's a 6-hour flight home. And then how Steinbrenner ain't buying these guys a private jet, but
No.
Bally's Total Fitness will buy them a private jet with their
Well,
own locker room in it. So this is the problem.
I
This.
mean, look, let's not forget, like, the Bronx isn't that attractive of a place to go freaking play 84 games a year. Like,
I like to
it's
call it
just
Hal's. I like to call it Hal's Corner Store now. It's not Yankee Stadium. It's Hal's Corner Store. It's where he sells all his tchotchkes and he sells his T-shirts and he makes money for the family. And that's what it is. Yeah, the Bronx has never been a desirable place. City
like, to
Field's not a
me,
desirable place.
no.
I,
To me,
I,
it's like for
but
New York, the only two attractive teams to play for, all things equal, are the Rangers and Knicks. You can live in the city, you go to the
eh,
Garden.
I don't know. I'm not
Like,
buying that, dude. Playing for the Yankees. You listen.
I don't know, man.
I don't think a concentration of a stadium has as much to do with it as you think. These guys live in Westchester. They drive 30 minutes into. They got to be in that shithole for 2 minutes. It doesn't matter. Look at City Field, dude. It looks like a tire fire around the whole stadium,
Totally.
around the whole
Look,
stadium. And Uncle
no,
Steve's
but
going to change that.
I'm just saying, like, all things equal, New York is not that great a place to live.
No, no,
So,
no.
like, do you
I don't
blame these
think it.
guys to go to LA, dry, 60 degrees, 70 degrees, 80 in the summer? Like,
Or
it's
get.
sunny.
But then there's always a double edged sword, dude. 75% of your money is going to get taxed, and you're going to spend half of your
Same
life.
here. It's
You're
the
going to spend
same
half of your
here.
life in traffic. I understand the tax code's similar. That's why I was just about to say New York's
Yeah.
not new. We've spoke about this before. New York is not a destination anymore because somebody like LeBron James can go to the Cleveland Cavaliers and make it. When you think that people got to come to New York to succeed, that's a 1990s mentality. The world has gotten this small with social media. You could be an influencer in Idaho and make the same exact money as somebody in New York. You're making that Instagram money, let's say. And guess what? If you're living in Idaho, you don't have to pay shit towards taxes. And then if you live in New York and you do the same thing, Okay, we'll just take 61% of your money now and give you nothing. So
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, but no one wants to play ball in Cleveland. No one wants to play ball in Minnesota, bro. They have an open air stadium in baseball in Minnesota. What are they, mental? Like, come on, dude.
I
Like,
think like
with the Dodgers getting better and better, it doesn't mean a goddamn thing because the 88 win Terry Francona's Cincinnati Reds will win the World Series this year, and it will all be for nothing. Look at how much capital was spent by the Yankees in the past 15 to 20 years and how many rings they got to show for it.
yeah, look, I know, but and again, like NFL has it figured out. Like parity reigns supreme. Look at look at the Commanders. Look, again, you need a quarterback, 100%.
I want to push back on that, by the way. We spoke about this. I have a statistic I wanted you to listen to about that.
Yeah, but like, I mean, any given Sunday is any given Sunday. And I understand that in baseball, but like baseball, it's kind of getting to the edges here of the haves versus the have-nots. And the no salary cap has a lot to do with it. And shitty owners have a lot to do with it as well. Like, so all these guys are making money, but a lot of them aren't putting it back into the team. The NFL, you at least have to spend up to, I think it's 90% of the cap or 95% of the cap. So like you're forced to go out there and put $240 million at play every year.
That's why baseball has the greatest union in all of sports because, you know, you got an owner like the Pittsburgh Pirates who's been named specifically by Hal Steinbrenner about the luxury tax. And he goes, I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of paying this goddamn guy $25 million a year to sit on his hands and make $100 million. You know, like let's say Pirate Stadium was subsidized by the city. So he only had to pony up about 25 to 30% of the capital to get the stadium done. The city comes in, pays for 75% of it. The taxpayers pay for it. This guy gets nobody on the goddamn team. They lose every year. He makes $100 million, and then he gets a check for $25 million from all the rest of the the haves in the Major League Baseball. So all these guys are cool with taking everybody else's money, not putting back into their team, and not putting back into their franchise, putting money into the farm system. Hopefully, they get somebody that they can sell to the Yankees in 4 years and keep making money. I can't blame them for that. The whole point of this, it's a business and is to make a profit. And if you can turn a profit doing that, it's Major League Baseball's problem. It's not your problem, bro. Just like Trump said with the whole tax code. He was saying the Democrats are doing the same thing. Trump's like, I'm only doing what's on the books. I'm not doing anything illegal. These owners and the Dodgers are not doing anything illegal. They're not doing anything under the table. Well, maybe a little under the table with the Japanese players. We'll get to that. But they're not doing anything that's against Major League Baseball. So, that being said, there is a little collusion going on. These Japanese players, okay, are so now you got Ohtani, you got the starting pitcher, you got two starting pitchers, Ohtani, and now the shortstop, all from Japan. So now you got 4 players from the Japanese International World Baseball Classic team, okay? And now they're on minimums. 2 of those guys, are on minimums. Because in Japan, the way that it works, if you leave early, you don't get to decide what team you go to. If you wait 2 more years, if this guy waited 2 more years, he could have chose where he wanted and made the buco bucks like the $300 million that the other guy just got. So, that being said, the Dodgers aren't doing anything, but it's not good for baseball at the same point. So, the owners need to start doing a little bit.
Do you blame these guys? Like,
Who?
If I'm coming to a new
Dodgers,
country, I want to be with other folks who speak my language. Like, it's a daunting task, first of all. Like, I'm going to a new country to play a sport. Then you end up at, let's just say, the Yankees. There's not a single Japanese guy there.
You know what? I know what you're saying, and this is a sports show, but, they're playing baseball. They're not going to a lithium mine. You know what I'm saying? They got to come
No. But I'm just saying,
one of the
like,
greatest countries on earth with millions of dollars in their pockets to go play baseball.
I'm not discounting that.
Yeah,
but, like, if given the choice, okay, you're going to go do whatever it is you do in
Okay,
Italy.
let's say professional comedy. Okay, let's
Fine,
do
fine.
whatever you do.
You're going to go, let's just say soccer. You're going to go to Italy to play soccer.
Yeah.
You got one team, it's just full of Italians and whatever
Mhm.
else.
Yeah.
Then you got another team where there's 5 Americans
Yeah.
mixed into the team.
Oh, yeah.
Money's equal. Where are you going?
If I hear there's a dude from Long Island on that team,
You're in.
oh, yeah, yo, there's a guy from Massapequa on that team.
But I mean,
yeah,
that's.
I'm playing team handball in Chile for the next.
But you
2
can't
years.
tell me that doesn't have a lot to do with it, because it 100% does. Like,
It does. But I kept hearing report after report after report about San Diego and you, Darvish. Enough of these goddamn stories about these Japanese kids having a poster of everybody on your team. Like, oh, this guy was a huge Ichiro fan. Like, I heard Sasaki had a Masahiro Tanaka poster, number 19 from the Yankees.
sure he did. He's a Japanese player in the major leagues.
Exactly.
Like,
But
I mean,
no. What I'm saying is they're trying to sell it like just because he had a poster in his wall. I had a Michael
Yeah.
Jordan poster in my thing. Well, I wasn't signing with the Bulls. Like, even though I am maybe Scott Skiles' stunt double. I don't know. That's another conversation for another time.
I mean, but how do you fix it? Like, I don't know.
You fix
Why
it
are
with
these
the
guys free
union.
agents?
You fix it with a cap. You fix it with a cap. It's as simple as that, man. But you know what? I can't I can't sit here as a Yankee fan. I would be a hypocrite if I were to say that the Dodgers are doing anything bad, because the Yankees run roughshod over Major League Baseball for years. All they did was add pieces to the core four: Roger Clemens, Jason Giambi, you name it. During the trade deadline in July, it wasn't where is this guy going? Where's this guy going? Is who are the Yankees going to get, and who are they going to play in the World Series? Okay, I just saw some crazy stat. 2001. Dude, I totally forgot this. David Justice had 41 jacks for the Yankees in 2001 in the 4 spot after he got traded from the A's after the Moneyball. I know this is the minutia of baseball, but this is what I'm looking at 4 o'clock in the morning is David Justice's numbers from 2001. But
Yeah, you need to go to bed.
no,
Maybe.
never. You never sleep and I never sleep. We're just on two ends of the spectrum. I go to bed at 4, up by 10, but that's just me.
But look, I agree with you. I think it's more the international pool money can like something has to change there. Like, I thought there was a max to how much you can spend on the international guys, but
There
yet
is. So
here's the Dodgers every year throwing bucks.
this wasn't see, this is the thing. This wasn't money. This had nothing to do with money. He only makes $5 million a year for 2 years, and then he can go up. So it's the same exact deal what happened to Ohtani when he came over to the Angels. He was making bullshit money, had the New Balance deal, so that's what he was cool with, because that New Balance deal is his mom. By the way, Otani's mom still works in Japan, still has a job, and she's like fucking 65. But yeah, so Ohtani, 3 years, minimal contract, then was able to get his payday, which he completely got for $720 million. So it's a prove-it deal. You come over here, I think the international thing is fine. I really don't think that needs any tweaking. I just think, just like you said, man, there's a bunch of guys from Massapequa on the Dodgers, and I want to go play there. And you hit the nail right on the head, bro. It's comfortability. Baseball is a big comfortability sport, too.
You're spending a lot of time in that dugout.
Yeah. You could be a hired gun.
Thank God for the pitch clock.
Football, and guys will love you and dap you up because you're only together for 18. It's not a romance. It's a fling with football. And with baseball, man, you guys, 162 games on the road, 80 of them. It's just travel days and shit. People can get really on people's nerves. I wanted to bring this up to you. I just read an article last night. And by the way, I'm going to start time stamping when I read these articles. 3 a.m. So 3 a.m., I read an article. It was about how. So I found the smoking gun. Chris. Juan Soto smoking gun. Why he didn't re-sign with the Yankees.
At 3 a.m. you found this.
Wasn't the $5 million. Did you see the article?
No.
All right. So let me cue this up. I mean, it's not that groundbreaking. It's kind of what we already knew. But I was going to During his season with the Yankees, Soto noticed how Steinbrenner connected with Judge and Garrett Cole and not himself. And it emphasized his desire for a strong relationship with the owner of the team he ultimately picked. According to league source, Steinbrenner also expressed interest in creating partnership with Soto, but didn't want to bother him throughout the season with being re-signed at the end of it. He kept his distance because he didn't want to bother Soto and keep his concentration.
That seems like a bullshit report, but whatever.
No. I think that's 100% correct. Accurate. 100% accurate. I think Hal's a fucking awkward dude, and also look at who he's sticking to. It's the Garrett Coles and the Aaron Judges who are squeaky clean guys. Never say Garrett Cole can't put a sentence together and sounds like Kermit the Frog, but he's our assassin. But do you see what I'm saying here? Little bit of disconnect. So then he looks across town to the Queens, where Stevie Cohen has literally taken Lindor underneath his wing. Francisco Lindor is one of Steve Cohen's best friends. That's it. No. It succeeds any partnership relationship. That's why I call Francisco Lindor the Amari Stoudemire of baseball, because he brought him in. Like, the Mets are back. The Mets are back, just like the Knicks are back when they got, and then Linsanity and all that nonsense. But, okay, Knicks are making moves again. Salary cap is dead. Isaiah Thomas tried to kill this franchise. We're bringing Amari in. We bring in Francisco Lindor in. Then Stevie Cohen's like, hey, I'm not your regular owner, dude. All right? Me and you are boys. No matter what you do, you got a rubber stamp. And I think that's why they're not bringing back Alonso. I think Alonso, the dynamic in the locker room has changed. You look around that, it's Puerto Rican dudes and Dominican guys. And just like you said, people want to be around people what they look like, and people want to be around guys that they're familiar with. Pete Alonso does not fit the bid for that locker room, bro.
No, not right now.
No, you know what, man? So he's the all-time home run leader in Mets history, but they're treating this guy like a POS. It kind of reminds me of the Derek Jeter contract when Cashman told him, yo, go look for it. Tell me what you get. Come back, and when you don't get it, we'll sign you because you're a Yankee and you're more valuable to us. But you know it, Derek. Derek, you know it. And I'm going to give you $162 million for 7 years, and you're going to fucking like it. And that's overpaying for you, Derek. And mind you, I love Derek Jeter, okay? I love him. But they overpaid for him to keep him as a Yankee. They could have let him walk to Boston. They could have let Bernie Williams walk for Boston for $88 million for 8 years when that was one of the biggest contracts. Listen to that, 88 for Bernie baseball, bro. Yo, do you know? Think about this: how much Bernie would be worth in today's market, bro.
Oh my God! Hold on.
Like, what's his? Let's get into the numbers.
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now. I just want to see, like...
Yeah, because when I was looking at that David Justice, the guy in the 3 spot was Bernie Williams at like 31 home runs, 100 RBIs, hitting 310. Insanity.
I mean, I don't know. Do these people exist in Major League Baseball anymore? 30 home runs, 100 RBIs, over 300 average? Like,
what was that? Say it again slowly.
Not quite 30, but like, 25 home runs, 100 RBIs, 100 plus RBIs.
Yeah.
And between a 305 to 339, or like, this is like a 5-year stretch where he was never below 305.
What's his batting average?
I'll read you 96 through 2001, 305, 328, 339, 342, 307, 307.
Okay, so in every single one of those years, he's hit at a higher average than Juan Soto. Now, let's go through RBIs. Give me the same years.
102, 100, 97, 115, 121, 94.
Okay, let's say Soto beats him by a nose.
And like some of these were, a couple of these years were like 130 games as opposed to 140.
And Bernie Williams wasn't even considered top 10 players in the league,
bro. I know.
So let's continue. RBIs, we got average, we got RBIs, now home runs.
29, 21, 26, 25, 30, 26.
Dude, I'm getting wet. I'm getting wet just thinking about this. You got to be fucking shitting me. He'd dictate about $300 million now.
Seriously.
Dude, he's better than... Now, let's go with the free agents. Let's look at the free agents this year. Other than Juan Soto, he would have been like the second or third, second highest paid free agent in the league, bro. What do they have? What his WAR was?
His career WAR?
I'm thinking his WAR was fucking, because he is a dude who, on paper, did not prove how good of a player he was. Or maybe I'm wrong.
His WAR for those seasons. 6.4, 4, 5.5, 5.2, 5.4, 5.2, 5.2. Like, career WAR is almost 50.
So, when you have a guy like Pete Alonso, who has a lifetime WAR of 0.5 last year, okay? I don't know, maybe, I think it's career 0.5. That's what I heard on the van. But he had a 0.5 wins above replacement last year. And he's a
career WAR of 19.8.
19.8? And what,
last year was 2.6.
Okay, so there you go. So he doesn't play that good of a defense at first base. You know what though, dude? He is. I agree with Francesa, man. He's the Harmon Killebrew of our time. He's gonna get you jacks. He's gonna get you RBIs. But I mean, nobody wants to touch him with a 10-foot pole. He priced himself out. Can you look up what did the Mets offer him before he left that agency for Boris? Because I think it was something like 7 years at 162.
When was that? 2022?
Yeah. Just put in contract that Alonso. 23 million a year.
7 year, 158 million from the Mets during the 2023 season.
So in 2023, he turned down $23 million a year.
Yeah.
And now he's looking at 18.
You know,
if he's lucky.
And he's gonna get a 3-year deal. He's not getting a 7.
Let's say he gets a 3-year deal at 20. He's still losing out.
He's losing $100 million.
I know. That is, see, you got to have monumental ball sackage to do what Aaron Judge and Juan Soto did in a contract year, bro. You got to have the baggage, man, because guess what? Pete Alonso bet on himself, and he fucking lost.
He flopped.
He lost $100 million big time.
Yeah.
And now what? He's going to go fucking play in Toronto for $19 million a year, which means he's really going to make 12. And him and IKF are going to be sitting in the basement of the AL East. Good luck, Pete. Because, this is my question to Met fans. Pete Alonso has done so much for your franchise. And if Steve Cohen is made out of that much money, why doesn't he just show up with $100 million and be like, Pete, let's get this done? Because you guys want Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next year, and you don't want any dead money on the books anymore.
No, and forget about that. I think, dude, when you're Steve Cohen and you already made a great offer, and now it's a year later and you performed like shit, guess what he's doing? Telling you this.
Goodbye to you.
And just out of principle, he's like, hey, a year ago, you had 160 in your face. Now you want it back after a down year. Not happening, Yeah,
I'm not paying you for past years. And that's you got to remember, Steve Cohen paid $162 million in 1 year on dead money.
For half a season of Max Scherzer.
For 2 years of Max Scherzer and Verlander, and he paid one of the guys to win a ring with Texas. But that's neither here nor there. No. So everybody that says Uncle Stevie, he can spend all the money he wants. Uncle Stevie, there is a fucking limit, okay? This guy didn't get into business because he's a loser. He doesn't like to lose. He likes
Right.
to get into winning propositions. That's
Yep.
why he doesn't want to give Pete Alonso $100 million, get Vladimir Guerrero next year, and then they're both staring at each other because Juan Soto, who plays outfield like he's on roller skates and has 2 left feet, is going to be clogging up DH for the next 7 years. So they don't want to sign Pete. So when Pete plays in Toronto next year,
And Pete
in the
doesn't want to
basement of
play
the AL
DH.
East, good luck.